Hello everybody, so I'm just coming into the Death Normies Party's annual convention, and we have a really big slate of issues that are going to be discussed. One of the first and foremost ones is, do sex robots count as 2D waifus or 3D women? This is a really contentious issue because some members, particularly the ones from British Columbia, argue that it should be classified under the same category as body pillows in 3D, pseudo 3D, 2D waifus, or it should just be considered the same as normal women. Then there's kind of a compromise proposal that only like cat girl sex robots will be considered to be acceptable, but normal ones are going to be banned. So that's a question. So as a party, we have we've long since rejected transsexualism because that's degenerate. However, there's the question as to whether female to male can be considered dick girls. And this is a controversial issue because on one hand, it's like what a dick girl is, it's a biological female that's born with a dick. But in a tranny's case, they get one surgically added. So does it count? Does it not count? I don't know, it's going to be a controversial issue. There's always a group of delegates who try to repeal the gag rule. See, we implemented the gag rule a decade or so, and it...
Keep no information, you pay nothing. It's free, there's no cash.
Oh yeah, sure, thank you. Cool, this is gonna be my investment for the week. I'm gonna pull a DSP or a Chris Channel, I'm gonna win the lottery, and I'm gonna fix my tax situation. Although if you've been following the plot at all to my madness, success in the afternoon paid it off. But anyways, yeah, they're gonna vote to repeal the gag rule. And the gag rule is to prevent votes on who is best girl. Because last time there was a vote on it, there was a lot of bloodshed. The Asuka and the Asuna partisans beat each other to death, and like people were smothered with body pillows. And like what people did is beneath their like fake swords, they had real swords. So someone had like Cloud's sword, but underneath like the cardboard, there was a real sword. And he killed people with that. So like we got the gag rule, we have the maybe getting revoked, we have the dick girls, we have the sex robots, we have a vote on whether or not we're going to completely disavow the new Star Wars, and this has been coming for quite some time. But as everyone thought The Last Jedi sucked, it's gonna... These are divisive issues. The biggest thing, though, is to pick who our presidential candidate is going to be in 2020. See, we had previously chosen Trump, but Trump didn't make anime great again, and he didn't legalize memes. So we're dumping him, we're disavowing him. So we're going to try and pick a new candidate for the ticket for the Death Normies Party to choose a new person to become our supreme leader. Now people ask, Arjun, why don't you run for leadership of the Death Normies Party? Well, I like to be kind of more of a Henry Clay or Alexander Hamilton or a Boss Tweed figure, kind of ruling from behind the scenes. I'll remain chairman of the party, but I don't want to be head of state or head of government. So I can control like the spoils system where people provide like body pillows and fleshlights and stuff like that in exchange for positions, and then we'll take like part of their salary in like we'll take payment in kind, which is payment in pocket. So I run the spoil system. I have no desire to be president. So like there's a bunch of candidates. DSP was going to be a shoo-in, but like when we called him and we offered to pay his flight, he said, "It is what it is, nothing I can do, but I digress." So he's out. Wings of Redemption was gonna come, but he had a heart attack after he got out of his chair. And he's currently dying in a pool of his own excrement, so he can't be leader. And I don't know, like they're just going down. Monday, Nat, we were thinking of having as like a stealth candidate. He was going to be like the backroom backstabber. We were going to run him. Everyone was going to vote for him because they didn't realize like how devious he was. But he kind of screwed that up, so he's not going to be our leader anymore. Jim is too much of a Chad. People always vote for Mr. Medicare. He actually won the ballot like 8 years ago during Gamergate, but he refused, and he said that we were, quote, a bunch of furry fags. So he's out. It's looking like it's going to be a divided convention. There's a lot of kind of small candidates running, like DigiBrony, but my money is on Yandere Dev, as he kind of exemplifies everything a true anti-normie can and should be. So I'm just here outside. I'm going to go in and get my pass, and we're going to just start exploring. We're going to start pushing the party platform.